What's going on, everybody? My name is Seapeekay, host of all things MCC, and welcome back to another amazing video. At this point, you've probably already chosen a team to be supporting for the spooky MCC 18. And if you haven't, you better decide quickly because it is coming up real soon. Saturday 23rd of October at 8 p.m. BST. Be there or be scared. Yep, that's the joke. Either way, you guys are going to want to know the best optimal game order for your favorite team, and that's exactly what this video is going to explain. We're going to be using statistics from all of the events to show you guys how your favorite team can win the event on game order alone. With that being said, let's begin with the Red Ravens are a formidable team consisting of Wisp, Filzer, Jack Manifold, and Tommy Innit. A team pairing that shocked the world. Definitely did not know about this team ahead of time.
I know our team.
Oh, yeah?
Oh.
You know your next team?
Oh, wait. Fuck.
Okay, well, let's start with their best game. The Red Ravens excel in hole in the wall due to Filzer's insane consistency with the game. The second highest individual coin average, only placing behind Mr. 3P himself, Pizza Hut. As a team, they score an average of 1192, which is 17% above the rest of the event's average. The Red Ravens' worst game is Build Mart, where they score an average of 1007, which sounds bad, but is actually only 4% less than the event's average. But with that being said, if they were to avoid any game, Build Mart should make the cut. As for the optimal game order for Red Ravens, it is to get to the other side, Sands of Time, Parkour Tag, Battle Box, Ace Race, Survival Games, Grid Runners, and Hole in the Wall. With Build Mart and, surprisingly, Sky Battle being the two games that they should skip. All this added together with multipliers should net them 18,113 points, landing them securely in second place with a shot at the MCC Season 2 coin within their grasp. Their main threats either side of them for this order would be Yellow and Orange, who come in at 18,742 and 17,779 coins respectively, meaning it's an incredibly close race to second place. Speaking of Orange, the next team up is the Orange Oozes. And for this team, I'm actually going to be handing over the mic to the incredibly talented Orange Man himself, Orange Juice TV. Take it away, Owen.
Thank you very much, CBK. Hello, everybody. My name is Owen, and I am from the Orange Ocelots from the MCCR event. Very excited to introduce this very orange team. Let's get stuck into it. The Orange Oozes is made up of Gizzy Gazza, Mefs, Tapple, and Kratzy, kicking it right off with their best game, which is Parkour Tag. This team are ruthless with this game type, particularly Mefs having the highest average for Parkour Tag out of the rest of the roster for this event, which with the rest of the team's consistency gains them 1280 unmultiplied coins, almost 30% above the rest of the event's average. And their worst game isn't that bad either. Grid Runners with 901 coins, barely in the positive with 2% above the event average. But these players have never teamed up with each other before, so they may pop off and surprise us all, only time will tell. Altogether, that makes the optimal game order for Orange being Sky Battle, Survival Games, Build Mart, Ace Race, Battle Box to get to the other side, Hole in the Wall, and Parkour Tag, with Grid Runners and my personal beloved Sands of Time being skipped. This would put them in first place with 18,716 coins. Their main threat being Yellow, only 30 coins behind them with 18,686.
Thanks for that, Owen. Moving on now to the Mustard Mummies with Sylvie, Tubbo, Sapnap, and S Major 1995. This team's best game is Survival Games, with Sapnap being particularly skilled at destroying the other teams. But the rest of the team are also very strong contenders, resulting in a team average of 1342, the highest in the event, and a whopping 33% above the event average. They also placed first in Sky Battle, and I'm starting to see a bit of a theme here. Their worst game is Build Mart, with a team average of 938, 11% behind the event average. And if this team want to make it to Dodgeball, their optimal game order would be Parkour Tag, Sands of Time, to get to the other side, Hole in the Wall, Battle Box, Ace Race, Sky Battle, and Survival Games. And they would be skipping Build Mart and Grid Runners. With this order, the Mustard Mummies will, according to statistics, almost definitely be in first place, with a massive 19,643 coins, leaving even the next runner-up Orange in the dust with 17,754.
Yeah, the rest of the event is going to have to keep an eye out for Mustard Mummy. Anyway, next up is the Lime Leeches, consisting of Illumina, Guy Rocky, Captain Puffy, and Gene Ellie. In order to have some numbers to work with, we will be giving Gene Ellie the statistics of Sylvie. This team's best game is Battle Box, with a team average of 1,188, 5% above the event average. Illumina has the second best player average for this game, only 2 coins behind Antfrost. So keep an eye out for when these two butt heads on the day. Their worst game is Grid Runners, with a team average of only 712, over 30% below the event average. Overall, Lime's optimal game order is Hole in the Wall, Parkour Tag, Sky Battle, Build Mart, Ace Race, to get to the other side, Sands of Time, and Battle Box, skipping Grid Runners and Survival Games. With this order, Lime can hope to see themselves in 5th place with 17,113 coins.
Next up, we have the Green Goblins with H-Bomb, Grian, Gemini Tay, and Niachu, and their best game is, to shock of many, drumroll please, Owen, it's Sands of Time! Oh my goodness, no way, that's so crazy. H-Bomb's dedication to Sands of Time paired with his teammates' very respectable scores nets them an average of 1158, which is 6% above the event average. Their worst game is Sky Battle with a team average of 788, which is 23% below the team average. They would be best to avoid this game if at all possible, or do play Sky Battle, give Grian some TNT, and let him unintentionally get a 6-kill combo with a single block, because that's what Grian does now, apparently. Altogether, the Green's optimal game order would be Hole in the Wall to get to the other side, Battle Box, Grid Runners, Parkour Tag, Survival Games, Build Mart, and Sands of Time, skipping out on Sky Battle and Ace Race. The optimal order would get Green 7th place with 16,254 coins.
Next up, we have the Cyan Centipedes, made up of Wilbur Soot, Rambu, Sneak Snag, and Captain Sparkles. Cyan's placement predictions are a good example as to why statistics aren't everything to do with MCC. I'll explain in a little bit. Cyan's best game is Battle Box, in which they get a team average of 1,098 coins, which is about 4% below the event's average. Their worst game is Survival Games, where they score a team average of 606, 45% below the event average. This is mainly due to Rambu getting targeted in 2 out of his 3 survival games and dying 3rd and 7th respectively, one of which due to his headphones dying mid-game. Rambu is not a bad PvPer, he's just been dealt a bad hand in the past. In a best case scenario, Cyan would play the following games in this order: Grid Runners, Hole in the Wall, Parkour Tag, Build Mart, Sands of Time, Ace Race to get to the other side, and Battle Box, while skipping Survival Games and Sky Battle. If they can manage to do this, they would get a predicted spot of 9th place. Before you lynch me, let me explain. Wilbur and Captain Sparkle's averages have been refined over many MCCs. If they have a bad day, it doesn't drag their predicted scores down by too much at all. But Sneak Snag has only ever played in one MCC where his team placed last. As such, his predicted scores aren't amazing, but everyone's first MCCs are usually a little bit scuffed. And I'm confident that with the right morale and practice, Cyan could easily place in the top 5 teams.
Next up, we have the Aqua Abominations, which has Puns, Antfrost, Shovel, and Goomy. Now this team is very powerful, proved by their best game being Survival Games. Puns with an individual average of 690 coins, followed only by Satnap with 491, means that if Aqua can play this game last and Puns can work his usual magic, they'll rocket ahead in the leaderboards. They get a team average of 1252, which is the 2nd highest in the event, almost 25% higher than the average. From 2nd highest to 2nd lowest, however, Aqua's worst game is Grid Runners of only 800, which is 11% below the average. Aqua's optimal game order is looking like Hole in the Wall, Sky Battle to get to the other side, Sands of Time, Build Mart, Ace Race, Battle Box, and Survival Games, skipping out on Grid Runners and Parkour Tag. This would earn them 17,787 coins, putting them in an ever-important 2nd place. In order to get a shot at Dodgebot, however, they'll need to look out for Red and Blue, who with this game order would only be 284 and 426 coins behind them respectively. Yellow would grab 1st place by over 1,500 coins, so as long as Aqua pushes back Red and Blue, they stand a chance at the Season 2 coin.
Speaking of blue, we have up next the Blue Banshees, made up of Pizza Hut, Pearlescent Moon, Dan TDM, and 5UP. Their best game, which thanks to Pete is nobody's surprise, is Sands of Time. Not Hole in the Wall, really? Yep, according to stats, these 4 are the team for Sands of Time, with an average team score of 1295, the highest in the event, and 21% over the average team score. Their worst game is Ace Race, with a team average of 823, the 2nd worst in the event, at 12% below event average. Even though Pete is the 3rd best Ace Racer in the event, the others on average are in the lower quartile. So it'll probably be best to skip this one or play it early if at all possible. But you never know, they may all pop off. Blue's optimal game order is Sky Battle, Survival Games to get to the other side, Parkour Tag, Build Mart, Hole in the Wall, Battle Box, and Sands of Time, while skipping Ace Race and Grid Runners. This would earn them a hefty 18,633 coins, landing them squarely in 1st place, with Yellow being hot on their heels, only 139 coins behind.
Thanks, Owen. Now we move on to the Violet Vampire.
Actually, Callum, you're on this team, so maybe it'd be best if I take over this one and you do the last team, for a lack of bias's sake.
Okay, sure, Owen, you're right.
Up next is the Violet Vampires, consisting of Seapeekay, Smallish Beans, Solidarity Gaming, and Orion Sound. This team's best game is Ace Race. Whoa, no way! Scoring them a team average of 1,074, 5% above the event's average. All that training looks like it's paying off, I guess, Callum. Their worst game is Grid Runners, with a fairly respectable 916 coins, still 4% above the event average. They should try their best to avoid Sky Battle as well, as they get a score 7% below average for the event. With those two skipped, their optimal game order order is to get to the other side, survival games, battle box, parkour tag, hole in the wall, sands of time, build march, which I personally think is hilarious, and ace race, skipping as mentioned grid runners and sky battle. This would put them in 6th place with 16,354 coins. But of course, they're going to subvert all expectations and dominate the event, coming first in every game, including Dodgebolt.
Thank you for the totally unbiased commentary, Owen. Next up, we have the Fuchsia Frankensteins, consisting of Dream, Awesome Dude, Quackity, and George Not Found. This team is incredibly PvP based, with their best game being Battle Box, where they score the event's second highest team average of 1-2-2-3. Their worst game is starting to see a trend here. Grid Runners, with a team average of 677, 25% below the event average. Their optimal game order, which is incredibly heavy on the PvP in the late game, is Hole in the Wall, Build Mart, to get to the other side, Parkour Tag, Sky Battle, Survival Games, Sands of Time, and Battle Box, whilst avoiding Grid Runners and Ace Race if possible. This will place them in 3rd place with 17,822 coins. If they want to get a chance at Dodgebolt, they're going to need to take down Blue, who are only 235 coins ahead of them. And that about wraps it up for this month's Keys to Victory. Did any of these optimal game orders surprise you? Who do you think is going to break the mold and do better than they should do statistically? A very special thanks to Owen for editing this and doing a lot of stat gathering. I literally could not have made this video without him, so show him some love. And I'll see you guys in the Decision Dome, Saturday 23rd, at 8 p.m. BST. Be there, or as I said, be scared.